spare hand and bridges over to the corner. And I've already met him. So so first we've recognized they're kind of in the standard position. His hips are basically directly over mine. I consider there to be several different types of mount. There's one where his hips are extremely high, and there's one where he's a little further back. There's some other details, but we're just talking about the standard mount position for him. I'm going to reach across. I'm going to get this palm away grip, so fingertips up. Here, this cat's paw grip, if you will. And if he hasn't already put his hands on the mat, I'm going to give him incentive to do so. So I like to bridge up and knee him in the butt. That forces him to put his hand on his mat or face plant. All right, so we talked about if he stays in center line, I'm going to grab this neat little fold that's right here, step over, and I'm going to bridge in this direction, which we've drilled hundreds of times in the last week and a half. So when we do this, there's a good chance my opponent is going to take his free hand and start to blade off in that direction. Now, this sucks if I want to try to bridge into that post, but it helps me if I want to go the opposite direction. So I'm going to reach up at the elbow and trap this. I'm going to turn loose of the hand that I already have. So in this case, I have my opponent's right hand with my right hand. I'm going to turn loose, and I'm just going to reach up and get either the gi or the collar and bring my elbow close. I don't want to drag his head too far over this way, because I've already kind of got him where I want him. So now I'm just going to step. Sorry, didn't mean to stomp on you. So I just basically trade my feet. So my left foot has outside position, my right foot is going to have outside position. Now it's the same. I just bridge and look in the direction I would like to go. Immediately I'm going to come back up into some sort of inside position. So we're basically just countering our opponent's counter. Does that make sense? So I've reached up, and this is great. When my opponent makes a grip, they give me something. Now, I don't want to wait too long, let him get this cross grip in and start really cranking on my head. That's not good. But as soon as they plant a grip, I just say thank you, and I bring them in tight. Whether it's with the bridge, knee in the butt, whatever, I got to get his head close to mine. I'm going to step, and as I start to bridge, I know he's going to put his head in that spot. So now I'm just going to reach up. I like to kind of have this clubbing action, especially if they have their arm, put some weight on their arm. I just go collect it. My elbows are in tight. This hand's going to come up. Either there's usually a fold right here. Matt doesn't have it, so I'm just going to go to his collar. I'm going to bring his head close, bridge. Now I'm in the top position. Fight to get my hands back to inside position, and I can make it happen. Everybody got it? Pretty basic. One more time. You want a different angle maybe? Let's go that way. All right, identify that his hips are above mine. If he hasn't made a grip, which in this case he did, I just come up and I get right in the elbow pit. Palm towards his elbow pit. I'm going to bridge and knee him in the butt. That forces him to put a hand on the mat. I'm going to come up to this fold right here, or if his head's way far out, I'm going to come up to the gi and bring him in close. Either way. My opponent's going to put a post in to keep me from bridging in the direction I want. So now I'm just going to take my free hand, I'm going to come in, I'm going to chop between the elbow, bring that one in tight. My right hand that was on his right grip is now going to come up and over. Now I'm going to switch my feet. So my left foot now has outside position. I'm going to switch to my right foot outside position. Now I bridge to my right, look over my right shoulder. Fight for inside position. Everybody got it?